One of the biggest mistakes people make when designing their new home is not conducting a proper site analysis. A site analysis will help you define the limitations of your project, avoid costly errors, and choose the most ideal location for your home. I'm Asiri from Asiri Designs. I'm a designer here in the Pacific Northwest where doing a site analysis is a really imperative step in any design process. Today we're going to go over exactly how I do my site analysis, and hopefully it'll help you on your future project. So let's jump into it. So where do you start? You're going to want to read the deed documents in depth to ensure that you can actually build what you want to design. While you may receive permission from the city or county to build, a deed can limit what you can build, where you can build, how high you can build, and how much you can build. Going through these documents can save you a lot of time, money, and headaches. Next, you're going to want to get a survey of your property. The survey accurately maps the site's topography, precisely locates property lines, trees, and any existing structures, as well as the location of any utilities. In addition to the survey, you're also going to want to walk the site multiple times to get to know the natural features. This will help you discover points of interest, areas you want to avoid, and any potential views you might want to capture. Depending on your location, it may also be a good idea to get soil tests in the area you're planning to build on. There can be a significant difference in soil composition from site to site, potentially impacting the design of your foundation and any geotechnical work that you may have to do on site. There's a big difference between a rocky soil that can support 3,500 pounds per square inch and a clay-based soil that can support 1,500 pounds per square inch. The next thing you'll want to do is to access any tax maps or GIS information that might be available from the city or county. This is a great tool to use to find preliminary information on zoning and site conditions. Here you will find information on the size and dimensions of your lot, property lines, and other overlays. In some cases, you can use the information found on these GIS sites in lieu of a survey, but use prudence when going this route. You can typically find specific zoning information on your city or county's development website. Here in Portland, we use Title 33.110 for single-family residential projects. We can reference the zone number that we found using the GIS sites with the various tables within the zoning code. This will tell us what the setbacks will be, the height restrictions, minimum outdoor area requirements, parking requirements, and much more. In some cases, neighborhoods will have aesthetic requirements that are outlined in the zoning code, as you can see here in this paragraph. You'll also be able to find information on your seismic zone, local wind speeds, historic floodplain information, and nearby wetlands, which are often protected. These factors must all be taken into account when designing your home. Now that we have all our information, we can start putting together a preliminary site plan. I've taped down a copy of the survey which contains our property lines and contours. I'm overlaying some trace paper over the survey so I can sketch out all the other site information we need to consider before starting any design work on the property. I'm tracing the property lines first so we can identify the area that we're working in. Next, I'm going to locate the setbacks based on the tables we found in the zoning code. Here we have 5-foot setbacks and 30-foot front and rear setbacks. Now I'm outlining any significant trees on the site. On this property we have 2 very large oak trees that we can't remove or damage. We also have to indicate where the street is so we can design options for a driveway and approach, implement any stormwater mitigation systems, and get a general idea of where our utilities are coming from. Based on this information, we can sort of begin to see where we can exactly place a structure. Here I'm just sectioning off any areas that are off limits for development in red. I'm also noting the rough diameter of the root system of these 2 large oak trees just to make sure we won't be building in that zone, risking damage to the roots or foundation. The site has somewhat of a significant slope, so immediately I'm thinking about locating the driveway near the upper portion of the site. Now I'm just outlining a rough area of the possible footprint of the house. This gets me thinking about the maximum size of the house on the lot based on the site constraints. We also have eastern views of the mountain from this general location, so this needs to be noted on the site analysis as well so we know where to potentially locate picture windows and rooms that may benefit from having views. This site diagram sketch gets redrawn and refined in AutoCAD as a site plan, forcing us to use precise measurements and scales to further understand the scope of the project. Many things can change how we view the project as we learn more about the needs of the client and the challenges of the property. These drawings are used as the basis for important technical documents that show how our building gets integrated into the site and shows us potential problem areas when we move on to the construction phase. If this video was helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It helps a lot. And tell me in the comments exactly what you want to see in the next video. Thanks.